Okay, well, I would like to start our pre-RoboCup for the RoboCup Juniors. My name is Vara, and I serve as a chair for the RoboCup Junior League. And Dr. Savalak, she gonna take charge of the log for the OnStage. Okay, and today we gonna do something. I mean, Amy has prepared the video, and we got Marco here, who gonna talk about the overview of the RoboCup on stage. And Sandra Roth, do I say your name correctly? Yeah. Okay.
Evgeny Shandarov, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you're gonna present something today regarding the OnStage?
No, I'd like to to hear your proposals and discuss about the format of the future competition.
Okay, sure. Okay, I would like to start with Amy presentation. Okay. Let me share the screens. Okay. Here you go.
Hello, my name is Amy Eguchi.
That's the sound going well?
Professor of Computer Science Education at University of California, San Diego in the USA. I am also one of the RoboCup Federation trustee representing RoboCupJunior. And I'm sorry that I'm not joining in this very important pre-RoboCup event live with you, but I'm hoping to give you a little bit of information about what RoboCupJunior is and how it started and what kind of leagues that we have before we deep dive into the league introduction, which will be done by the league members. And so RoboCupJunior for us is a pathway to a technology intensive future. So we are helping our young generations of students to learn to be able to be tech savvy, tech enabled citizen of the future who can contribute to create also effectively use the technology to better our lives of the future. So RoboCupJunior, how it actually started at the beginning. So RoboCupJunior began in 1998 with a demonstration at RoboCup 98 in Paris. And then the next year, RoboCup 1990 in Stockholm, we had a first interactive RoboCupJunior workshop. And then the following year, that's the inaugural year for RoboCupJunior. First RoboCupJunior event was held in Melbourne in 2000. So this is 23rd year of holding RoboCupJunior. And then back then, there are about 100 students participated from like 25 schools, mainly from Australia, but also from Germany and the USA. But then now we have about 200 teams joining our competition every year. So we have grown tremendously. And what is RoboCup? RoboCup is part of RoboCupJunior is part of RoboCup. So it's a RoboCup league. And RoboCupJunior really focuses on project-oriented educational initiative, which is sponsoring local, regional, international robotics event and serving young students up through age 19. At the international competition, however, the youngest students need to be 14. So that's the youngest age who can participate in the international competition. But local competition. We also have super regional competitions. Those are open to younger generations. RoboCup offers several challenges, but each emphasizing cooperative, program-based problem solving and the task achievement aspects of the learning. So as you can see, the main focus is education, not the competition. We have 3 RoboCup Junior leagues. One is soccer, another one is rescue, and the third one is OnStage. And each league have different focus. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is soccer. Soccer is the same as Major League. Major League has soccer competition. The Junior League have soccer competition. We have 2 sub-leagues under the RoboCup Junior Soccer competition. One is called lightweight. The other one is called open. The differences are the sizes, and then weight, and the voltage of the motors and all the electronic stuff on the robot. So lightweight, using a specific ball that emits IR signal. So instead of using a regular ball itself emit light, so that's easy for the sensors or the robots to find. And the size of the robot is up to 22 centimeter diameter and height. It can weigh up to 1.1 kilograms, so it's lighter. Ball capturing zone is up to 3 centimeter, and you can use batteries up to 12 normal voltage. Open, on the other hand, uses a passing ball, brightly colored orange ball at this point. Size is up to 18 centimeter, height and diameter. Weight is up to 2.2 kilograms. It's a little bit heavier. Ball capturing zone is less, 1.5 centimeter, and the voltage is up to 15. So that's the soccer league. And rescue, again, same as Major League. Major League has rescue robot, also rescue simulation. RoboCup Junior has 3 sub-leagues under rescue. One is rescue line, which is a line following event. So autonomous robot follows a black line while overcoming different programs, different module field, different obstacles, different patterns. So they have to navigate through the terrain to get to the evacuation zone to find the victims. Rescue maze, again, also autonomous. So RoboCup Junior robots are all autonomous. Once you hit start, you can't touch it. It has to make all the decisions by itself using the sensory inputs. So it goes through the maze. This picture actually shows the maze arena, a little bit old, but there are different victims you can find. Your robot has to find to go through the arena. So this models a house. So imagine your robot is inside of the house and then trying to rescue different people, animals, you name it. So that's rescue maze. Now we have rescue simulation, which you don't have to have a physical robot, but create a algorithm to solve different programs in the virtual environment. So that's the simulation league. The last one is called OnStage. And then OnStage is the most open-ended competition of all RoboCup Junior. It invites teams to develop a creative autonomous robot that they design, build, and program. And the focus is really to create a robotics performance up to 2 minutes, so 1 minute to 2 minutes. using different technology to engage the audience. As I said, this is really open-ended, and it encourages teams to be really creative, innovative, and using the technology to create really innovative, engaging, entertaining performance. The performance doesn't have to be like sort of a dance performance. It used to be called dance, and then it was focusing mainly on stage dance performance. But then there are many forms of performances that we started to see. So we open up the competition to accommodate different performances that we can see. Again, we really want to encourage students to be creative, and then showing what they can do with a robotics technology. Now, OnStage is the only competition among us RoboCup Junior to encourage human-robot interaction. So others like rescue and soccer, once you, as I said, once you hit start, you can't touch the robots. But OnStage, well, you can't touch the robot, but you can interact with robot to create really interactive performance, as you may say. And all the leagues, OnStage, soccer, and rescue, we started to see, because of the development of sensors and cameras, we started to see some teams sort of incorporate or integrate AI technology into their robots' performance. So, for example, for soccer, in order for the robots to effectively find a ball, you need the camera to actually find the ball. So to be able to identify the ball, then there is a way to use AI technology to identify the balls, similar to the rescue maze. Rescue maze, robots incorporate camera into their robot creation to effectively find the victims. OnStage is open too, so there have been some teams really creatively incorporate AI technology into their robotics performance. So that's what the RoboCup Junior is about, and it's as same as every year. I am so looking forward to seeing the team's performance. Doesn't matter which league you're participating in. So get ready and participate in RoboCup Junior, RoboCup 2022, especially in RoboCup Junior League competition. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. So let me stop sharing. Okay. Thank you, Amy. And I would like to check if Ajahn Sawarak can come in. Okay, that's okay. Next, I would like to ask Margot Edwards, Miss Margot Edwards, to give us presentations on the robot on stage, please.
Good to go? Excellent.
Yes, perfect.
So welcome everyone to the Pre-RoboCup Thailand 22 on-stage presentation. It is wonderful to actually be able to say that at least we can have some sort of hybrid event now that we've come out of our virtual worlds and actually reconnecting as a RoboCup community. It's been actually wonderful to see, as part of OnStage, that so many teams around the world were able to incorporate this is the ideology, the show must go on. We were did very well adapting to the online format and actually had a very successful competition in 2021. And we look forward, especially to meeting back in person in 2022. So with that, even though you heard Amy's introduction, a little bit about what OnStage is all about. OnStage is creating a performance. It's having an idea and actually creating a 1 to 2 minute performance around that idea. It can be a traditional dance. It could be your favorite scene from a TV or movie. It can be something to do with your culture. It can be lots of different themes, or it could be a issue that you feel very strongly about that you want to share to the world in a performance and actually portray a message to the audience. So the objective of OnStage is to create a performance that's 1 to 2 minutes using technology to engage an audience using autonomous robots. So before we start, I thought I'd show you a little video of what is OnStage like at the moment. So this is the actual champions from our 2021 virtual competition. I don't believe I'm sharing my audio, so let me just give me a sec to make sure that we are, there we go.
Sound coming.
So as you can see, it's quite the performance. So that was the Jurassic Park team by the Mexican team from last year. And their performance incorporated so much. As you can see, there's multiple different robots. They were using AI, they were using machine learning to identify different parts, to identify the different characters, as well as the robots to identify each other, as well as building their own autonomous vehicle as well, featured with complete with to be able to hold and carry another person. So it was quite the impressive performance, and one certainly as a showcase of our season. So a little bit about what OnStage in 22 will be. We're changing things. So this year we are actually going to incorporate more of the technology in our performances and how that adds value to the performance. So an on-stage performance showcases the implementation and integration of robotic features. So being the robots themselves, the sensors they use, how they interact with different aspects of the stage and people in the performance. So how those robotic features visually enhance and add value and contribute to the theme and story being portrayed. Of course, it's a performance. Teams must present their 4 of their robotic features, what the team believes are their best sensor or systems of integration, electromechanical design, interaction, or software solutions implemented on their robots. So the aim should be to present the integration of these chosen features and how the features contribute to the progression of the performance. Examples of features could include, and not limited to, locomotion, how the robot moves around across the stage, object and human detection, human-robot and or prop interaction, object avoidance, manipulation, being able to grab, grasp, lots of different robotic arms these days, visual audio recognition, identifying humans talking, the music that's being portrayed, localization and mapping. So we would like to see this year, in summary, what features the teams would like to present on their robots. And that's what we want them to showcase as their features of their performance. So a little bit about what's incorporated in OnStage. Of course, the first thing is the performance, the main event, to actually showcase the performances. So it's to demonstrate all these technical aspects of the robots, their design and construction on the stage show. So it could be a magic show, theatre performance, a story, a comedy show, dance, and even an art installation. It can be massive, it can be small. We don't mind. We want to see you be creative and actually showcase what you do on the stage. We're just the audience. We would just like to be entertained. So, most important information about that is on the OnStage score sheet, where it gives you ideas of actually how you're judged based on your performance in terms of how you appeal to the audience, as well as how your features add value and are implemented and interact between all your different robots. And that's really what, in terms of the scoring, what we really want to see, highlighting the features, all those different technology that you're showcasing in your performance. How do they add value to what you're doing? So what makes a good performance? So I always go back to, what is the definition of a robot? A goal-oriented machine that can sense, plan, and act. And in OnStage, the best robots are not reliant on the movements that they've just been programmed to do. It's how they actually move through a space, actually interacting with their environment. It is a human that walks across the stage. How are you going to, how's the robot, your character, going to interact with that one? How can you choreograph different movements associated with that? Teams that use sensors and integrate their sensors together to make multi-sensor systems can really create some interesting features that actually can make a really interesting performance. And secondly, just with any story, an audience should come to the understanding of what the theme is, to make that really clear, either through costuming, the music, the design, or as an introduction. So even to educate an important issue, recreate a scene from a book or movie, or just to simply entertain us. We don't mind. Original creative stories are often the most memorable. And of course, make sure you read through the rules and score sheets to make sure that you can see how to improve your score. Secondly, the other part that you'll have to do as part of OnStage is a technical interview. So that's a live interview between the judges and the team to actually understand how you actually created your robots, the entire design process from right at the beginning when you first had that idea all the way through to the final performance. What problems did you have? Showcase how your ability to explain what you did through your programming, through your sensor usage, through your electromechanical design. Did you have a challenge building your robot in a certain way? Tell us all about it. How did you overcome those problems? That's what we really want to hear from you. Because if you can showcase all of that, even if the performance goes wrong, we can really understand what you were trying to do and really make sure that we actually understand and actually have a better performance. Because when we actually understand what's meant to go on, what's meant to happen, it's all the more exciting. The next part is the technical video demonstration, which in previous years, before COVID, was a live demonstration. This has now changed to be a video demonstration submitted before the competition. So it's a 5-minute recorded demonstration to showcase their robots. So the technical demonstration is to showcase what your features are, how they're built, what are you trying to do. Tell us all about how you did the design process. Showcase if your robot's going to do something really interesting in your performance, actually showcase that as a small video, just so we can see and be prepared and make sure that we are aware of what's meant to be going on. We also love to see the robots without costumes. Basically, imagine the robots are naked. It's the best way to describe it, and it's the best way of actually seeing all the electromechanicals movements. If you designed a really cool lifting system, remove the costume so we can actually see how the gears move in the system. It's really engaging and it's really interesting to see, so we can reward you for what you've done. It's all about rewarding you what you've done, and if we can't see it, we can't reward it. So make sure that you do that as well. So the robots and the teams should explain how the capabilities have been developed, the challenges they overcame, COVID related, there's lots of challenges I know from there, and the technologies integrated. So provide examples of solutions of any problems or issues they discovered during their project's development. The last little bit that you'll have to, as part of the OnStage competition, is a technical description paper. It's a very short paper that you have to submit before the competition to tell us all about your performance. What robots you have, what your programming is, do you have a link to your website or your GitHub repository, what sensors you're using, all the different aspects of your performance. This is marked now, so you can get lots of extra additional points by just giving us all the details about your performance. So the TDP is used to establish if you actually did your work. You can show photos of them from day one all the way through the competition, and it's a really good way of actually showing what actually is going to be in the performance. I definitely enjoy watching them just before getting on the plane to go to a competition, because it means I can actually get excited about what's actually going to be at the venue. So the official template is now on the website, and it can be found by the QR code. So alongside that, find the final 2022 score sheets via the QR code link here or the link below. These are now the final rules. The drafts were published a few weeks ago, but now these are the final rules, and we look forward to seeing you at the competition later on as an individual performance. However, there's one more part of our performance that's the most enjoyable, I think, and that is our Super Team Challenge. So the Super Team Challenge is, as most of you, if you've done junior leagues before, is the opportunity for teams to work together to solve a new problem. And for OnStage, that is to create a new performance incorporating features from 3 or as many teams as we allocate you. There's three teams working together to create a new performance. So cooperating teams from different regions, they may not even speak your language. You may need to use a bit of Google Translator, but you'll actually create a new performance, incorporating the work of each participating team, develop an exciting and entertaining robotic performance to a new theme. We give you a challenge and you have to create a performance about that theme. In addition to developing a new concept to new music, a specific challenge will be included as part of the performance. For example, you have to lift something, you have to sort things, you have to identify them, and it's going to be really dependent on what you're actually doing for your performance. We'll tell you what that challenge will be when we release the rules. So it's a really special opportunity, and sometimes teams actually enjoy it even more than their individual performances, because it means they have an opportunity to work, to collaborate, and learn from other teams. So it can be quite exciting. I'm going to now show you the Super Team winners, which was a collaboration between the Japanese, the Chinese, and the Australian teams at our competition. Now, our theme was all about creating change after COVID. What technological achievements did you want to see after COVID? And we asked the teams this, And we also gave them a challenge of passing an object through each of their different scenes. So 3 teams, 3 scenes, and let's see what they did.
We are committed to creating clean rocket energy to help humans explore the unknown universe. This is a rocket fuel. Manufacturing and hydrogen and oxygen fuel is powerful and environment friendly. What is the new trend of the rocket fuel development in the future? We fill the fuel tank with high-pressure liquid, hydrogen and oxygen, respectively, and store them in a fuel tank. And then, the solar energy can supply the air-ground car to transport the fuel to the next destination.
So as you can see, such a lovely challenge. Sustainable rocket fuel, that was their theme. And they actually going from the production all the way through to the rocket launch. It's a wonderful performance and shows teams collaborating despite the COVID challenges. I hope you saw the clinging before when we were transporting all the different materials there. But as you can see, it's wonderful what you can see with an OnStage team. And we look forward meeting back in person so you can actually see these performances in person. If you want to actually go and have a look at any of the performances from last year's virtual competition, everything is on our RoboCup OnStage on our YouTube channel. So you can go and watch all the videos, all the technical videos, all the performances, and as a highlight, the Super Team challenges. Unfortunately, I can't show them all to you now because I'm sure you would find them very engaging. So, a quick note from me in terms of, this was actually published when we published the rules, is for all those teams that are thinking of competing this year, as of course, I'd highly recommend teams read through the OnStage overviews on both the rules and the score sheets, as this outlines the majority of the changes in 2022. We really want teams to drive their own performances, focusing on highlighting their robot's features rather than just attempting to tick all the boxes on the score sheets. By showcasing their features rather than just putting technology in for the sake of the performance, how are we going to actually add value by having these robotic features, introducing these technologies? That's what we really want to find out this year. So these changes have come about after much discussion between all our committees, our judges and volunteers, and we look forward to hearing from you from our OnStage community over the next couple of months. So if you've got any questions, if you would like to ask us about what features you recommend from a performance, please get in touch. This is new. We're here to help. And the best way to do that is either getting in touch via the forum, which I'll talk about in a second, but if there's enough interest, we're very happy to host a Zoom Q&A before the competition so that you can actually have an idea of what's going on. So we look forward to seeing what you bring. If you want to contact us, this is from our Gather Town from last year, but we're on the forum, so you can actually contact us at any point on the RoboCup Junior forum, and we'll be very happy to answer any of your questions, and we look forward to seeing you. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to getting out to Australia. I've very much been locked down for the last couple of years, so I would love to come out and visit Thailand, and I look forward to seeing you either in person or maybe online if we can't get all there. Hopefully coronavirus doesn't come back to haunt us again, but we look forward to seeing you in 2022.
Thank you, Marco. I think that we have a few minutes that if anyone would like to have a questions, comments on RoboCup on stage 2022. Any questions? Comments? Well, if not, I would like to ask Dr. Sawarak, and then I think that this is the first time that Dr. Sawarak meet Marco too, right? And Dr. Sawarak gonna be the log chair for the on stage. I think that we will work closely together from now on. Okay, I will leave the ending ceremony to Dr. Sawarak, please.
Okay. Good evening. It's very great pleasure to be with all of you today. I am Sawarak. I work as a researcher at National Electronics and Computer Center in Thailand. And I think this is the special league. On stage is the special because it's not focused only on the technology, but also integrates all the science and innovation with creativity, art, and entertainment into the on-stage performance. And this is very good for our futures. The young children can join this event is very helpful for them. And today is very special because we have a speaker from the RoboCup Federals to be here with us today to give us an introduction of the league, the outline, rules, regulations, and also the technical tips for this event. And this information will be valuable for all the teams who want to join and participate in the RoboCup Junior on stage. And very thank you for all the speakers today, Marco and Enery. I'm sorry if I've not pronounced correctly. And I think I would like to welcome everyone to join us and looking forward to see all of you in July in Bangkok, Thailand. Thank you.
Thank you. I will call this session closed. Thank you, everyone. See you then. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you all in
Thank you.
Thailand.
Sure. Come.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.